Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Neil and I have created a course in Medium how to develop your own e-commerce app from scratch using Java and Spring in the backend and Vue.js in the front end. So this course has lot of views, and if you search in the Google like how to make e-commerce application, if you search in Google app using Java and Spring, you will find my course at the top. So I thought it's a nice idea to create some video tutorial and show you guys how to do it, how to make APIs, how to design the entire application from scratch. And I'm also creating a course in Educative, so it will help you to understand how to make this e-commerce course from scratch. So let's get started. So first you have to understand what is Java and Spring Boot. Java, you all know, it's a language which is used for web development, also for many other uses. It's a general purpose language, you can use it for anything. And Spring Boot, it's a framework to create web applications very fast, very simple. And we will use SQL, like it's not, we'll have relational database to create this course. So first I want to show you a demo what we are going to build initially. So if you see that we have a front end, and you can see that we have some categories and some products, and if you click on a product, you will see that we have the description, the add to cart feature, add to wish list feature, and everything. And let's see, I'm not sure if everything will work or not, but let's try. So first let's click on add to cart. So yeah, it should be updated there. So let's see if okay, so I have this one from the cart, and I can remove the things from the cart. So I can also remove one more thing from the cart, one more thing from the cart, one more thing from the cart. Now my cart is empty. So let's add one more thing in the cart. So now let's see, yeah, so we have this item in the cart, and let's see if we can order the item or not. So we have to use this this number, which is a test card number, to create this one. So you to place an order. So we have a Stripe integration, and we can place an order just by typing this fake ID. So you don't charge your card. It is just for test payment. So let's go ahead and make a payment. So as you can see that we have this item displayed here, and we can just put a fake email address, and we will just put the card number which is fake, and we'll put 023. We can put anything here. So let's try. So yeah, let's pay the amount, and yeah, the payment is successful. Great, huh? So now we can see that we have this order, that we have placed this order. Yeah, we can make it better. So it's a fully functioning app, as you can see, and of course we can log out from the app, and also we can log in the app, sign up and log in. It's also working. and we have admin panel. So where you can see all the products, all the categories. We can add a new category, or we can also edit a category. We can also add a new product. So it's all working. It's going to be amazing. Let's get started. So we'll start from scratch. First we will create simple things, like we'll create some categories in the backend, and then we'll create some products at the backend. Then we will display the products and categories in the front end. We'll make this home page. We'll display the top categories and top products. And after that, we'll start building the accounts. We'll start building the wish list, the orders, the Stripe payment checkout. So it's a full tutorial. So you will learn how things work from scratch. And yeah, let's get started. So we'll start from scratch. So first we'll go through the how to set up a e-commerce platform. So how to set a e-commerce, like a Spring Boot project. So first you can go to this site where you can create a project. I've already created it, but it's very simple. You just put some name, like some artifact, and you can add some dependencies, and you can create the project. So I have added, let me just small my screen so that you can see it clearly. So first I will add the Spring Data JPA. Then I will add Spring Web. Okay. And I will just change the name of, I will make it e-commerce. Demo. So, and I will just generate it. So I have already done it. So once you generate it and then you can open it in the IntelliJ. So you'll have this basic application with this form that you have done. So if you generate the project and open it in the IntelliJ, you will have this setup. It's the very basic. So now I will run it. So let's run the application. Yeah, so this is the project. So this was the first branch. So it just have this basic structure of the application, and if you run this one, basic application will start. So if you go to this localhost 8080, you will see a blank page. So now what we will do is it's just a blank page. So now we'll start building our application step by step. So first we will create the categories, then we will create the product. And initially, let's do one thing. So we can use some database like MySQL, or we can use some database which is in memory, like H2 database. So to set up MySQL, it will take some time. So let's go ahead with the H2 database, which is in memory, and we can just start it immediately. Okay, so let's get started. So first we will create a model. So let's make one more branch here. Let's make a branch YouTube and category. And so first we will create a package which will be model, and in model we'll create a class called category dot java. So this category will be this category. So it will have so if you want to add a new category, we have to add a name, a description, and an image URL. So that we'll do. So we'll create a model which will have, so it's a entity. So we'll make it a entity. But for this we need to have one dependency that we have to add. So we'll add this JPA dependency. So you can add it here, or Spring Data JPA. So now it should compile. Yes, now if you go click option and this, so you'll see you can compile it. So we'll create a category. It will, and we'll create a table name. Category, and it will have some attributes, like it will have ID, category name, description, and image URL. So I'll just copy this one, these 4 things here. And we also have this annotation, so that we cannot have a null category name or description. So we have this not blank annotation, but for this we need to have one dependency. It's called JavaX validation. So we'll add this dependency here. So now we can see that it will work. This not blank will come from this, and let's import this one generated value, and it's like the unique ID. So we have the ID, we have the category name, description, and image URL. So because we are using this one, so in the database when we create this entity, the column name will be category name. And if you want, we can also follow the same convention, and we can also use something like image URL there, and we can create the setters and getters like this, and that's it. The model is done. And we now have to create a package. It's called service. So in service we have to create, and we have to create one more package. It's called controller. And so we have to create a class category service dot java. So first we will create some category, so we have to annotate it with the service notation, and also we have to create one package for repository. So we will create a Java class called category repo.java. So we will annotate this class with repository, and it will extend the JPA repository with this. Let's see why it is showing. Yeah, we have to make it a interface, not a class. So now in the service we have to create a category. So what we'll do, so we will create a public create a method public void create category, and it will take a category as the input parameter, and it will auto wire the category repo that we have created. And let's import the category model, and it will just save it. Save category. So basically this service is doing very simple thing. It is getting a category, it is saving it. So now let's go to the controller and let's create a category controller class. So it will be a REST controller because it will be the API. And now we'll create a controller. So let's create a public string. So let we just start with create category, and it will just take an input of take a request body of category, and we'll auto wire the category service. And also we need to give a name to this this controller. So it will be post mapping, and it will be create. And also you can give a name to the controller. So it will be request mapping category. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just create categories. We'll just call category service and create category, and we'll pass the category, and we'll just return success for now. So yeah, so that's it. So see, in the controller we have a create mapping which will take a category as the request body. It will create a category, it will go to this category service, and it will create a category, and category repo will save the category, and that's it. Now we have to, but where should we store the category? We should store it in a database. So we'll use the H2 database to store it. So let's go to the application.properties file, and let's go to pom file and add this dependency database. And also we'll use Swagger because it's very easy to test the API using Swagger. So we'll just add this API, the Swagger dependencies. You can find the complete code in the GitHub repo if you need to copy the code. And also we need to add the application, we need to add this configuration for H2. We'll add this dependency here. Okay. And since we have used the Swagger, we have to create a configuration file for Swagger. So let's go to the config file, let's add a Java class, Swagger config, and let's annotate it with configuration. Let's see, yeah, configuration. And let's see, we have to add enable Swagger 2, and then I won't bore you with the code, so we have to add a bean and one API info. So let's add these two files. You can copy these two files from the GitHub repo. Input class, build all the dependencies. And we have to add the package name that we have. So I'm building it for educative, so I will add the name for that. Why you are getting this error? Let's see, maybe we have a different contact, like documentation service contract, and we have a different contact here, so that is not okay. I think we don't need it as of now. We can comment it out, and it should still work. No, we need it. So let's see, we have, so let's add it from yes, SpringFox documentation service. Then copy this code, and so that's it. I think that's it for this one. So we have controller ready, we have repository, we have model. So finger crossed, let's try to run the code. Let's stop it and clear the console and run again. Okay, it's running. So now go to this so localhost 8080 and then swagger.ui HTML. Well, yeah, we have our first API ready. So let's create one category. So first category, and description will be first category. We don't need to pass ID, it will be generated automatically, and we can give some image URL, some images. So let's see, we can copy one image address and we can paste it here. Might be too big, so let's add some other image. Yeah, this seems fine. So let's execute it, and we get a success. So I think this API is working. So now we cannot really test it, so but we will create one API to list all the categories, and there we'll see that this is displayed. I think we have some more time, so I can try to create this category, this API to list all the categories. So let's create one more method. List. It will be a get method, and let's make it list all the categories, and it won't take any request body. For category service, we have to create a list of category, so which will categories repo will search find all. So let's make it list category, and you don't take any parameter. So now we'll call this method from the controller. So we'll call this list category, and like this, and it will take a list of category and return it. Seems easy. So let's see, there's some error here. You have to return. That's the beauty of Spring Java. You have the type, so you make less error. If you make any mistake, it will show you that this is not compatible. So let's see, we have a list one, and we have a category. So service will get the find all, and it should work. But since it is an in-memory database, so when you start it again, the server, so the previous entry that we already had will be gone. So if we set a MySQL database, it will be persistent. So that's fine. So let's see if it works. Yeah, it is running. So now let's try to see it again, that if we can see the two APIs. Yeah, so now you can see we have also two APIs. So let's see if we have in database. It's now empty because it's gone, but we can hit the previous API. We can click on execute, and maybe we will see all the list here. Yeah, now we can see that we have the API is displayed. So you can also open it in a new tab, and you can see that we have the list of categories displayed here. Amazing, right? So we have the first API category, and next we'll create the product, we'll create the UI for it, and then we'll start building the account API, the account, and sign in, sign up, like this. So we'll go step by step. So I think this is a really good tutorial for the beginners who want to create their first API and who want to just get started with the API building. I hope you like the tutorial and you got something out of it. If you like the tutorial, just please like the video, and if you have any ideas or any questions, please add a comment. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and let's start building it again. Thank you guys, thanks for watching, bye.